Is my life issue-free since becoming below the knee amputee? Absolutely not. Did I trade some of my old problems for new ones? Yes, I did. But you know what else? I would 100% do it again. Welcome to my closet. No, my hangers don't match. I'm just trying to get through life, okay? My name is Kerri, if we haven't met yet, and I'm a below the knee amputee of 2 years. On this channel, I try to address all of the questions that I had before I cut my own leg off so that anybody else walking through this journey will have this information as they need it also. Today, I'm gonna be going through all of the wardrobe changes that come along with being a below the knee amputee. I didn't think that there would be any, but there most definitely are. And I wanna share those with you so that if you're walking through this journey, you'll know what to expect too. I'm gonna try on a couple different outfits because I wanna show you that we might be limited according to what prosthesis we have in our wardrobe options. And stick around till the end of the video because I'm gonna tell you the biggest issue with wardrobe being a below the knee amputee. And all of this information and so much more from amputation beginning to end is in my amputee Q&A guide. This is something I desperately needed before I cut my leg off, so I made it for you guys. So while I change into my first outfit, check out inside the guide. For those facing elective amputation, this is an incredible resource. It took me months to complete and it outlines amputation from the top to the bottom with over 85 of the most asked questions, with more questions being added as I get them. I start at how to talk to friends and family, cover what questions to ask doctors and insurance. Then I take you through amputation and what to expect with the healing journey, and then on to prosthetics. I show you the perfect blueprint on how to select a prosthetist. I also cover hard questions like the ADA regulations, Fair Housing Act for rentals, and give you financial resources if you find yourself without insurance. It's a Google Doc that you can access, download, or print. This is exactly what I wish I would have had going through elective amputation. And members, don't forget you get yours free. If you want to know all of my updates and sales, sign up for my email list. The link is in my STANSTORE below. Since I have a socket that requires socks, I need accessible pants. If you want to deep dive into why socks are needed, I'll link the video here. In the winter, I wear pants with wide legs or that have been tailored with a zipper. This is to make my life easier with adding or taking away socks. Since pants and shoes play the biggest role, I try to have easy options for the tops. I'm actually in the process of making really funny t-shirts for amputees, and not the ones that every single Etsy store sells. These are unique ones that I've created and are hilarious. If you want to check them out, get on my mailing list down below in my STANSTORE to know exactly when they launch and when to hit the 24-hour sale. In the summer, I wear shorts because I don't care who sees my leg. Honestly, I couldn't care less. I'll be honest, summer is easier than winter because of the layers and the ease of access to my leg. With anything, you have to find your own unique style in whatever skin you're in. I love these pants and I don't want to take them off, but I need to show you the second biggest problem of being an amputee with a new wardrobe, and that is shoes. Okay, so for the most part, I just wear cute little sandals with a lot of my outfits because it's summertime. But in an amputee wardrobe, I don't have an adjustable foot. Adjustable foot, meaning I don't have one that can wear heels. So that is the second biggest problem in this whole amputee wardrobe issue. These are completely flat. No heel, right? And in the back, they won't slide off like a flip-flop. They get held to the prosthetic with all of these straps. So that's something that you want to look for in a shoe. Another pair that I have are these. They have a strap for the back. However, that does tend to go up above my foot shell. But I also have a split toe in my foot shell so that I can wear sandals like this. In the wintertime, I do have a pair of boots. These have a slight heel, but let's face it, I don't go out in the snow anyway, and if I do, I'm forced, and I only make it like 5 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal, but just know that if you live in a place that has cold weather, you might have trouble finding completely flat boots. Just know that might be an issue. Okay, and the last thing is running shoes. I absolutely love these running shoes. They're completely flat. They are the most comfortable shoes, including over $100 shoes that I've purchased. These are far more comfortable, and I got these on Amazon. I will link it in the description below. They'll be in my Amazon storefront for you because I love these. And these are all beat up because I've had them for 6 months and I wear them non-stop, and I'm about to order my second pair. Okay, so the second biggest issue with amputee wardrobe is shoes. Because if you can imagine, your entire wardrobe can look great, but if you don't have a pair of shoes to go with it, you look kind of stupid. Can I wear dress boots? Sorta, kinda. Let me show you. Okay, so let me show you what I mean on this shoe. Please excuse the splitting between my bedroom and the living room. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take my leg off. That'll be so much easier. Okay, ta-da! Now I can very easily show you. See how the sandal strap goes above my foot shell? That can make it a little bit wobbly, but not too bad. So it doesn't fall off. As long as you have some sort of strap back here, it usually will stay on just fine. And again, as I mentioned, make sure you get the split toe if that's something that's important to you. But let me show you the other shoe that works so much better. You would think this would be easier, but it's actually not. It's harder to put on a shoe without it being attached. So see how this is actually zipped up in the back, and so it can't go anywhere. There's nowhere that it can go. It is solid as a rock, which is really, really nice. So I have the straps in the front. I have the split toe if I need it, but on this shoe I don't need it. But the biggest thing is that it won't slide off and hurt me whenever it comes off. Because whenever I like slip out of my shoe, I kind of do this like jot motion and it hurts my bones. So try not to come out of your shoe if you can avoid it. All right, now it's time to show you about the dress boots. Yes, I can wear dress boots, but again, it has a little bit of a heel and it's very hard to find completely flat dress boots. Not only that, they're not very cute. That's one of the big problems with amputee wardrobe is the shoe selection mixed with the cute selection. It's not really there. So I put it on like everybody else. Just kind of wiggle it on there. And then this is actually big enough to go around my prosthetic. So I can just zip it right up and I can wear it wherever we want to go. And like I said, it's comfortable for the most part, but I would prefer something else. I didn't put on shoes with any of those outfits because I typically wear the same thing over and over again. But the biggest problem that I have as an amputee with a new wardrobe goes along with shoes, but it's dresses. And I'll show you what I mean. I cannot wear a nice fancy dress to a wedding or a funeral in flats. It just doesn't work. It looks stupid and it's kind of unacceptable in the society that we live in. However, I do have to find ways around that because I'm not able to wear heels. Okay, this is the major problem with the amputee wardrobe. Even when I try to look really cute or like go to a fancy thing, my prosthetic leg always shows up before I do. And try putting flats with this. It just dumbed down every outfit to casual immediately. So it's hard to go formal, not that this is formal, but it's hard to get fancy in flat or in anything shorter than ankle length dress. So this would be a good example of a formal-ish dress with flats. It just doesn't work. All you can see is my prosthetic leg. Okay, here's the only formal dress that I own. And pay attention to the shoes. This is where I get on my high horse. I would think that if we were at a formal event, we would be celebrating somebody or something and that people would be happy that you're there rather than focused on what you're wearing. But we all know that people are very pretentious and can be rude. So just do the best that you can and celebrate life without worrying about what other people think. And it absolutely 100% does not matter what I wear to the pool. I could probably show up naked and nobody would notice because they're all staring at my leg. But I'm far too modest to model any of my bathing suit. People are so hyper-focused on my leg whenever I get to the pool. I can see their stares. I can see what they're thinking. They're thinking things like, is she gonna get in the pool with that? Will it float? Will it come off? Is she gonna take it off completely? Is there gonna be something gross underneath and she's gonna get in the pool with all that nastiness? Are we gonna have to leave? Is this gonna scare my kids? I can see it on y'all's faces. I can see it. But you know what I also see is curiosity. So as soon as I get a glimpse of curiosity from one child, generally there's always one that just doesn't give a crap, and they'll come up and they're like, what happened to your leg? Then that's when I open up the dialogue and I'm like, oh, you know what? It's actually kind of a funny story. This, that, and the other happened, and I'll make it geared towards kids. But what that does is it opens up the dialogue for parents to come over and say, oh, sorry, she's super curious, and they'll listen. And then they'll start asking questions, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Questions are far better than staring and gawking and like, ugh. You know what I mean? As long as your questions are appropriate. Kids don't know how to ask appropriate questions. Parents, it's fine, relax. But adults, you do know how to ask appropriate questions. An appropriate question would be something like, can I ask what happened to your leg? Rather than, what happened to your leg? Because some people might feel guarded or not ready to talk about their experience. I am, but some people might not be ready for that. So if you ask, can I ask? That's a way to say, no, I don't want to talk about it for the amputee. Okay, fine. So pretty soon we all find ourselves swimming and having a great time. My kids are laughing, their kids are laughing. The moms and I have moved on to much simpler subjects like raising kids. So if you find yourself in a situation like this and you need some help, that's the only reason that I'm here. I have one-on-one calls that you can book. I have an amputee guide that I made that I desperately needed that you saw at the beginning of this video. You can go get each of those. And if you want to know whenever I put these things on sale, all you have to do is sign up for my mailing list, which is inside the STANSTORE as well. It's all the same link. You can find everything inside my STANSTORE. So I hope that was helpful. I got a workout changing all those clothes. If you found it helpful, please subscribe. Please share it with somebody who might need this, and I will see you on the next video.